Now you've got to admit that is the coolest thing you could ever see. The frog in the enclosure, that is just incredible. What's in this enclosure is my red-eyed tree frog eye. She is absolutely incredible, I love her, and I brought her from Scotland. But what is the process of transferring animals from the United Kingdom to Europe, such as Germany where I am now? So let me explain to you how I done it and see how hard it actually is. Yeah! A little disclaimer first, this is not me telling you, this is how you have to do it, and this is how you transfer your animals. This is just my experience and how I done it, and somehow how I did succeed with it. So I'm going to share with you how I managed to complete it somehow. So please, watching, learn from it, but also do your research. Look at other places, see what's best for you. So let's get to it. Hoorah! Now this is my girl eye. Isn't she just beautiful? You can't really see right now because she's asleep right now, so you can't see her beautiful red eyes, her blue belly, her yellow feet. You can see a bit of it there. But yeah, she was absolutely incredible and I couldn't just let her up, so she had to come with you with me. And I think she's enjoying it so far. I think she loves her new enclosure. It's brilliant. But it was a hard process to get over, and there's so many different ways to do it. So let me tell you how it gets started. The first thing you gotta do, especially for an animal like this, if you go check if they need a CITES. What a CITES is the trade of endangered animals and plants. And this pretty much just helps people keep track of what animals get brought into different countries and taken out of different countries. So if you wanted to see if your animal needs a CITES at all, so permits for taking in and out of the country, what you gotta do is just go on the CITES website, look up the Latin name of your animal, and to see if there's anything pop up. Most likely, if anything pops up, you're gonna have to get a CITES. For example, I needed a CITES because she's an endangered frog in the wild, or Sunny, she didn't need a CITES. So that is good, so I only had to get one. In my case, I needed this export CITES for taking out of the United Kingdom, and I needed the import CITES to get into Germany. So I needed to go contact the .gov.uk website and fill out a form, and then I had to go to the BFN for Germany to get an import CITES. It takes a little while, but you would eventually get them. I do advise though, if you do have to get a CITES and you manage to get it and it gives you the option, premium delivery, I highly recommend going for it because it takes ages for them to deliver. It took my import CITES about 2 months to get that. I would highly suggest making sure you get a premium. I know it costs a little bit more, but it makes it all worthwhile at the end. Great, so you've got the CITES. What next? You'll have to get a health certificate for your animals. So for both the frog and the leopard gecko, I had to get a health certificate from my local vets. And pretty much all that does is pretty much a little certificate to the board to say my animal's fit and healthy and it's not carrying any diseases. So when you go for the appointment, the health certificate only lasts for 10 days. So what you gotta make sure is you go for your trip and transfer over your animals in between that 10 days expiration date. After that, you'll have to get a whole new health certificate. Some companies do give you the health certificate and get a vet to check over them, but I always suggest if you've got a local vet, you're going with these guys anyway, see if they can do it for you. It's easy to just fill it on the .gov.uk website if you're coming from the United Kingdom, and that you can select what vets you usually go to and see if they can give out the CITES. If not, look for another vet close by. I suggest that's the best option. Now most of the time people will transport dogs, cats, ferrets and sometimes rabbits through planes and all that stuff, and that's quite easy for them and they're quite common animals. But for exotic animals like reptiles, amphibians, even some fish sometimes, it's a bit more difficult. Our first options we thought we'll go with a plane because it'll be simple, quick and easy to do. So these shipping companies wanted to charge us, and I think the cheapest one was £2,700 to get Sunny here and I over from Scotland to Germany, and that from my point of view was too expensive. I could not afford that, god no. We also thought about it's not the safest idea because they have to be kept in the hold of all the suitcases, and I know they get special heat and all that inside the maid enclosure, but it gets cold down there and I worry about the safety, so I decided not to go with that option. So me and Anna decided we're going to do a road trip instead, and we're going to drive. I was already in Germany this time, so what we decided is we rent a car from Germany, we drove up to the Netherlands, got a ferry from the Netherlands to Newcastle, then we drove to Edinburgh, collect all my stuff, say hello to my family, then we drove down to England to the Eurotunnel, go through the Eurotunnel, through France and then back to Germany. It was a heck of a journey, but it was incredible. So a little recap of everything you might need for if you're moving your animals to Europe. You're first going to have to check if your animals need CITES by using the .gov.uk website or wherever you're from. If they do need a CITES, you've got to apply for an export and import permit from the country you're living to the country you're moving to. Next, no matter what animal, if they need a CITES or not, they need a health certificate. So you've got to book an appointment with your local vet so that it's certified to get a health certificate, and also make the health certificate online on your local government website. It's also good to make sure about all the different options you have, about which transport you want to use, if that's plane, car or train, boat, whatever you can imagine. Do some research, see which one's the best, which ones you can afford, and go from there. Also make sure that you're transporting your animals safely. Make sure they've got a small enclosure so they don't get too stressed with a big open space. Make sure there's nothing inside the enclosure, so if they're moving about or transporting, it doesn't hurt them. and make sure they also have a wee heat source to keep them warm during the long travels, and pad the enclosures to make sure they're not getting bounced about everywhere. I hope this has helped you to find a way to get the animals transported to Europe, and I hope my information and my experiences give you a wee bit more information on how to do it. Hope you have fun with it and wish you luck. Hoorah!